What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. And on today's video, I want to let you know about these new bone conduction headphones from Klatre. It's their LS1. Now, this is the only product that Klatre sells, and they are a fairly new company. They were founded in 2021. However, they've come out of the gate swinging. Now, let me be right up front. Klatre was good enough to send me these headphones for the purpose of review. However, they didn't give me any other direction. They just want me to review them. These Klatre LS1s are actually pretty darn good. And I keep calling them Klatre because that's what the virtual assistant, when I turn them on, it says, "Welcome to Klatre." That's what she says. Now, if we look on the side of the box, we see "to climb." And that's because Klatre, or Klatre in Norwegian, is Norwegian for climb. Let's talk about these headphones. And you can see I've already got them out of the box. I've been wearing them for a couple of weeks now. But hold on, we're going to get to that. Let's talk about the packaging, because the packaging is something that is important, but also not important at all. It's not important at all because it doesn't have anything to do with the quality of the headphones itself, but it is important because we like stuff to look good. We like to see the presentation before we actually open the box, and Klatre has that down. It comes in this nicely, minimally designed box, of course with a good-looking model on the front. That always helps. And when we open it up, it's like a high-quality cardboard. We can see the headphones. They just kind of sit right in there. That's how it comes. And then when you open up the box, it does come with a carry case. Now, while I do appreciate these headphones coming in a carry case is something that is just going to be left in the box and thrown in a cupboard. I have found these LS1s to be more than durable enough for me to just throw them around or throw them in a bag when I'm not using them, and I don't seem to need that much care that I need to keep them in a special bag. Okay, let's see what else we have in the box. We do have their welcome user guide, which you can see is still wrapped in plastic. I haven't even opened that yet, and to be honest, I'm not going to open it. These headphones come with a pair of earplugs, and we'll talk more about those in just a second. And it comes with a charging cord. Not only does it come with a charging cord, it comes with 2 charging cords, which is really handy because it is a proprietary charging cord. Klatre doesn't want you to get stuck in the lurch without juicing your headphones, so you can keep one in the car, you can keep one at work, and you can keep one at home. Pretty handy. And I suppose while we are talking about the charging cord, let me just show you. Klatre has made it, much like another company that also makes bone conduction headphones, they have made this battery connection magnetic, which, if you know me, if you've seen other videos, I do like magnets, and I find this very satisfying. I could just do this all day, but I won't. Your time is valuable. So while we're talking about the charging cord, let's just talk about the battery. Now, the Klatre LS1 bone conduction headphones will last up to 8 hours, which is pretty good. That's right in line with the competition, which is what we like to see. Now, I have worn these for over 8 hours with the power turned on, although not listening for that whole 8 hours. And after around 10 hours, I was still able to listen to my podcast when I put it on. You can see that these transducers that go against your cheekbones, they are touching, and there is a little spring, but the spring isn't strong enough for them to actually squeeze the side of your head. It just rests lovely right here on the top of your cheekbones. Now, Klatre is using a shape memory alloy. I don't say what it is an alloy of, but it just returns to shape no matter how much you bend it and twist it around. I have done this quite a bit, and I cannot bend them out of shape, which is it's good to know. It's very unlikely that you will ever need to do this to your headphones, but just take my word for it. They go right back to shape, and then they fit right back on your head like a charm. Price is a pretty important thing when we are buying a pair of headphones. Now, the Klatre LS1 will cost you $99.99 on Amazon, and at the making of this video there is a $5 instant coupon, so if you click on that little box when you buy it, you'll get $5 off, so effectively $95. But I've saved the best for last. Klatre is offering viewers of my channel a discount of 15% with the code MATT15. That's MATT in capital letters and 15. So with my code you will get the Klatre LS1 for just $85, which is an absolute steal. Now, let me be clear. If you did pay $100 for these headphones, they are still incredibly well priced. And without my discount, the Klatre LS1s are about $30 less expensive than the comparable bone conduction headphones from Shox. However, with my additional $15 off, you get it for $85. That's about $45 less expensive than the Shox Open Run. Pretty good deal. Now, the LS1 does have a rubberized coating that surrounds the entire headphones, at least the bit that goes around the back of your head, the band, and the pieces that go over your ears, the ear hooks. Now, all this rubberized coating and plastic create a pretty tight chip. I mean, not much is getting in, and that's reflected in the IP55 water resistant rating. So Klatre says that these are IP55 sweat resistant headphones. And yes, I would agree with that. I have sweat a lot while wearing these LS1s and haven't had any issues, but I really wouldn't expect to, because the IP55 rating actually means that these headphones are going to be protected against a water jet shot from a 6.3mm nozzle from any angle. And I don't know how many of you are actually going around measuring the nozzles of water that are spraying in your headphones, but let me put it in a way and a use case scenario that you'll probably understand. When I come back from a run and these are all covered in sweat, I just run them under the tap. I kind of rub them while they're under the tap and then they're clean. I dry them off, they're good to go next time. One thing I would recommend is if you do get them super wet, like you're cleaning them, just make sure that the contacts are dry before you plug them in and then put that magnetic charging cord on there. It's better to be safe than sorry. Okay, I know I am jumping all around with the features of these Klatre LS1, and we've already talked about the battery life being 8 hours, which is phenomenal. But they also have a quick charge feature, and these will charge from nothing up to 100% in an hour, which is always handy. The quicker the better, right? But it also has a special quick charge feature where you will get 2 hours of listening with only 10 minutes of charge time. And that situation is especially handy if you forgot to charge your headphones and they're in the car and you're at the trailhead and you're getting ready to go out. And luckily you do have the extra charging cord that you put in your car for just such an emergency. You'll only have to sit there for 10 minutes before you have 2 hours of listening time in your LS1s. I hope I never have to use that feature. I try and have everything charged before I go out, but it's good to know that it has my back just in case I forget. Guys, I've been talking about the features of the Klatre LS1 without really explaining what bone conduction headphones are. So if for some strange reason you have made it a couple of minutes into this video and you don't know what bone conduction headphones are, they are headphones that don't actually go in your ears. So your ears are open to the environment, which makes these headphones extremely safe. It also makes them the only headphones that I would recommend that you use for running, for cycling, anything when you're out and there is a possibility that you're going to run into people or there's cars around, something where you need to be aware of your surroundings. Because the headphones do not block your ears, you're always able to hear around you. You can hear if there's a car coming up behind you. You can hear if somebody's yelling at you off to the side. And you might think, well, Matt, if my ears are open, how am I going to hear the music, the podcast, the audiobooks? Well, that's because with bone conduction headphones, the audio is sent via vibrations through these transducers that sit on the top of your cheekbone. And the vibrations go straight through your bone into your ear canal, and you hear it as normal sound. It's quite astounding. So let me just reiterate that I think these are the only headphones that are truly safe enough when you're running, when you're cycling outside. Now I know a lot of other earbuds that you may use for your run do have pass-through audio where they have little microphones on the outside that pumps in the sound. Those work well enough, but there is nothing like having your ears open so you can hear everything. But with that said, it isn't all chocolate and peanut butter when it comes to these headphones. They're not ideal in every single situation. And the one shortcoming of bone conduction headphones is when you are in an area with a lot of ambient noise. Because your ears are open, if there is a lot of ambient noise, it is probable that that ambient noise is going to drown out the sound coming through vibrations and you will not be able to hear it very well. The best example of this is when you are riding in an airplane. You've got that engine noise just coming through the cabin at all times. It's a low-grade white noise. It makes using bone conduction headphones a little more challenging. But I told you we'd come back to the earplugs, and this is where we're getting to them right now. If you ever find yourself in that situation, once you put these earplugs in, you block out that ambient noise, and it enables you to experience all the sound that is coming through your headphones. It is really very good. It's a good way to overcome the one shortcoming of bone conduction headphones. This next part is more about bone conduction headphones in general. Now, I've read a lot of comments where they say that bone conduction headphones just don't get loud enough. And that's true, I guess, for some people. If you want your music really loud, bone conduction headphones are probably not going to be the best bet for you. But let's be honest, having your music too loud is not healthy. And there are settings on your phone, whether you have an iOS device or an Android device, there are settings that eliminate loud noises to protect your ears. Now, because I only use the Klatre LS1 bone conduction headphones, I have that loud noise limiter turned off, which allows me to get a little more volume out of the LS1. And I find, at least in my use case scenario, that the LS1s get to an appropriate volume. I usually don't have them on full volume because it just seems a little too loud for me, but if I'm out running and it's fairly quiet, I never think that the sound coming from the LS1s is too quiet. Now, if you are thinking about getting a pair of the Klatre LS1 bone conduction headphones, you're probably going to read the spec sheet and you're going to see that it says boost based sound quality. So if this is the first pair of bone conduction headphones that you are thinking of buying, I just want to be upfront with you and let you know that the bass is not going to be as good as if you have a pair of over-ear headphones or even in-ear headphones. The sound that comes from bone conduction headphones is just not as immersive as other types of headphones, which isn't a bad thing because you're wearing bone conduction headphones for a reason, and that is so your ears can stay open. With that said, I think the bass is actually pretty good for a pair of bone conduction headphones, and I am anything but an audiophile. In fact, when I'm out running, I'm usually listening to an audiobook or a podcast. But when I put on music, the bass is good enough. It's good enough when I'm out running, and I think it will be good enough for most people if they are using the Klatre LS1s for their intended purpose, which is sports. Okay, Klatre also claims they're using noise cancellation technology for phone calls. Now, I have made several phone calls using these headphones, and the call quality is clear. Everybody could hear me on the other end, so I've got no complaints. But I just want to explain to you how their noise cancellation works, because it's actually quite ingenious. Now, they're using two microphones. One of these microphones is stable, and it's made to keep your calls clear. That second microphone is what they're using to help with the noise cancellation. There are two vibrator units in the LS1, and those vibrator units reduce echo, and they adopt the environmental noise reduction technology, which Klatre claims can suppress up to 90% of environmental noise by up to 35 decibels. So of course, I read that while I was testing them, and then I was going out and I was making phone calls, and you know what? There's absolutely no way for me to test if the noise cancellation is reducing 90% of environmental noise by up to 35 decibels. All I can tell you is that they work, and they work well. The same thing applies to phone calls as it does to listening to music, to audiobooks, to podcasts, in that if you're in an area with a lot of ambient noise, it's really going to diminish the quality of the sound that is being pushed through your cheekbones. But in most situations, it works like a charm. Most of my runs are done first thing in the morning, and I never have any problem hearing whatever I'm listening to. Oh, and Klatre also offers a 2-year warranty, so if they break in those 2 years, just send them an email, they'll send you a new pair. So guys, let me know what you think. Let me know if you are a fan of bone conduction headphones. Let me know if you're thinking about getting a pair of these Klatre LS1 bone conduction headphones. And of course, I will provide a link in the show notes below if you want to pick up a pair. You know what? If you have made it this far in the video, why don't you let me know you've been here the whole time by putting the speaker emoji in the comments, just so I know who's really putting in the time and listen to me go on and on about these headphones. But they're worth it. Money well spent, my friends. All right, guys, thanks for staying all the way to the end of the video. My name's Matt. This has been my review of Klatre's LS1 bone conduction headphones. Be kind, be happy, run well. See you in a couple of days.